Hillary Clinton talks about how half of Donald Trump supporters are in what she called a basket of deplorables. I can show you in the polling that that is true. 65% of Donald Trump supporters believe he's Muslim, 59% believe he's not an American, 20% believe that Lincoln was wrong to free the slaves. I mean, the list goes on and on. 31% would like to make sure that gays cannot enter the country. Those are his real supporters. But now is the rest of the press going to point that out? No, of course not. No, instead they're going to be like, yes, we finally get to be neutral. Oh, well, Trump has been saying all these crazy things and we have to play them and they are crazy and what are we going to do? Oh, please let us criticize Hillary Clinton with the same degree. Now, is she going to say that women are bleeding from wherever? No. Is she going to say John McCain is not a real hero because he got captured? No. Is she going to say half of the insane things that Donald Trump said? No. But now she's pointed out that some of Trump's supporters believe these unbelievable, outrageous things. We got her. We get to be neutral and blame her just as much and call it even. I don't know. Some say this and some say that. So now first, let's go to CNN where they're going to say, since the media is doing this, Hillary Clinton's team called it out today saying, hey, you guys are doing this false equivalency. Now they're going to be outraged. How could she attack the media? Let's watch.
Or its strategy from the Clinton campaign about how to talk about this particular thing. They're going to blame the media, saying in part, quote, it's well past time the press stopped grading Trump on a curve. Are they going to make more out of this story than they made out of the racist, misogynistic Trump comments that got us here in the first place? So blaming the media, Brianna, come on.
Well, I generally find that when that is the strategy, that just tells you that they're not coming from a place of strength. Any campaign that is going after the media, that's really what that tells you.
Yeah, no, or it tells you that they're right. It depends. You have to look into the facts. And now you guys are complaining that one of the candidates is going after the media? Donald Trump has been shredding you as the entire time, but what do? Okay, don't hit us. Please don't hit us. Okay, we'll do whatever you want. We'll give you the softer questions. We'll change the amount of time that we're going to debate. Whatever you want, Mr. Trump. The more he hits you, the more you cower. Now Hillary Clinton, for the first time, says something about the media. How dare she attack the media? Now, was the media in this case doing false equivalency? Well, the answer is an unequivocal yes, no matter how much CNN loves to snicker. Oh, the media, like we would ever do anything wrong. Okay, so let's go to Casey Hunt now. She's at MSNBC and get a load of her reporting on this issue.
And having been to Trump rallies, I find it difficult to believe that half the crowd necessarily feels that way. Certainly, there were quite a few Americans I talked to who expressed the opposite of these sentiments. And the alt-right movement, while it has been very noisy and many have said that they do support Donald Trump, it is not necessarily a group that's large enough to give you close to 50% in some of these national polls.
That is terrible reporting. So, look, her supporters inside MSNBC will say, how dare you, we like her, she's a nice friend. Okay, that's lovely, but I went to a rally and it didn't seem like 50% is not a poll. That is not real reporting. So there are polls. I quoted those polls earlier in the show. I just quoted them earlier now. 59% believe Obama's not a real American, according to polls of Trump supporters. Now you can get to a poll like 16% of Donald Trump supporters believe that whites are the superior race. That's a poll. 14% are not sure. And then you could add those up and go, even so, that's only 30%. That would be a fair comment. But to turn around and go, I don't know, I went to a Trump rally, they seem like nice folks. That's not reporting. And why? Look at the media. They're desperate to call it even. Desperate. Donald Trump says all these things about how the Mexicans and the Muslims are all at fault. On the other hand, Hillary Clinton pointed it out. Let's call it even. How dare she say this about Trump supporters? So it's sickening to watch the false equivalency. But Casey Hunt is going to pale in comparison to what John Heileman's about to say. Watch this.
The other thing that's problematic about it is this, is that Donald Trump has attacked her as a bigot over and over again, right? And there was never before this moment, there was never a time in which you could kind of justify that, where she had said anything that actually kind of met the dictionary definition of bigoted. This comment kind of gets very close to the dictionary definition of bigoted.
Being bigoted and someone calling out you being bigoted are not the same thing. They're not the same thing. That's insane. So if someone says, I don't like the N-words, and someone says, oh, that's not comfortable, that's racist. They're not both racist. They're not both racist. That's not a hard concept. One of them is racist, the other one is pointing out the racism. If one person says, let's ban all Muslims from the country because Muslims are the problem, and Donald Trump literally sounds like a Borat song. My country has a problem, it is the Muslim. Like, all he left out was throw the Muslim down the well. Okay, one guy says Muslims are the problem and we have to ban them from the other country. The other person points out that that's bigotry because you're classifying a whole religion, which is not a good way to go, that ends poorly in history, right? Those are not equal. They're not equal. But no matter what, the media's got to call it even. Oh, to us? We're not objective. We don't care about the truth. All we care about is being neutral. The Yankees and the Dodgers played. The Yankees say they won. The Dodgers say they won. I guess we'll never know. No, there is a real score. There is polling of Trump supporters. That's not an opinion. That's a fact, okay? There are comments that Trump has made, his supporters have made. Those are facts. They did make those comments. When the other side points out, hey, that comment appears to be bigoted, that is not an act of bigotry. That is an act of calling out bigotry. So what, is the Anti-Defamation League anti-Semitic because they call out anti-Semitism? Is the Southern Poverty Law Center racist because they call out racism? And the list goes on and on. No, you have to try really hard to throw the game to make comments like that because they're all taught, whatever you do not report the facts. Be neutral to the facts. We will be balanced. We will take Mussolini and Mother Teresa and we will balance them. Now, look, those are extreme examples. Hillary Clinton ain't nowhere near Mother Teresa. You want to talk about her real issues, the Clinton Foundation, the secrecy that she's obsessed with, her track record on the policies. Yes, do that. And then while you're at it, criticize her for that. That's great. That's reporting. Taking her calling Trump supporters what they actually are and calling her a bigot for that, that's not reporting. That's just the mainstream media doing what they've done to ruin this country by calling everything even. Because if you take the truth and you take lies and you call them even, that gives an enormous advantage to liars. Because you don't reward the truth, you reward lying by calling it 50-50. It's sickening what they do. No wonder nobody trusts the media anymore. If you're going to run the media like that, of course they're not going to trust you.
You know what? This is how I believe, okay? I'm from the old school.
And the old school is also part of the Young Turks Network. Get the whole network by becoming a member today. tytnetwork.com/join.